Hey guys, and welcome to my second YouTube video, which is 4 tips to start liking auditions. I've just got home from a supporters lunch, which is basically fans of South Pacific, or like people that really support theatre, getting to meet the cast of South Pacific. And we just have lunch and we just chat a bit, and it's really lovely. And most of their questions were, so how does it feel to do the show 8 times a week? Or what is your favourite part of the show? And then it dawned on me that no one, when people watch a show, they don't really think of what it means for an actor or a performer to get their job in the first place. And I have loads of friends that currently audition for every show under the sun. And there's obviously loads of anxiety, stress and insecurities that come with that, because you always have to present yourself, you're always being judged, and every no's just don't really feel good. Because artists, as opposed to maybe other professions, they can't really detach themselves from the product they sell, if you will, because like we are our voice, we are our dance, we are our acting. Which brings me to a cute fact before I start the video. The chance for you to be born is 1 in 400 trillion. So if you consider that the first audition of your life, then I say you must have smashed it, and no matter what show you audition for in the future, it will never be as unlikely as that. Which brings me to a video. Here is tip number 1. Number 1, write down a list of things that the outcome of an audition does not affect. We so easily get stuck in the bubble of an audition or an audition process, and the only thing we can see is the material, the sides, the songs, and the end goal, which is the job. And then obviously loads of people around us hunting the same thing. So our mindset is probably, what would we have if we got this audition? But maybe it will help you to take a bit of pressure off the audition if you thought, what do I have regardless of the audition? So if you literally have a list of things right in front of you that you can read just before the audition that mean the world to you. This could be your mum, your dog, hanging out with your best mates, the meal that your grandfather cooks when you go and visit your grandparents, whatever people appreciate in life. These are all things that this audition right now doesn't actually affect. So be aware of that and find strength in that if it helps you. Right, number 2, use auditions to develop and improve versatility and work on your skills and your craft. I presume that most people that work in theatre have gone to drama school at some point in their life, and if we all think back how drama school was, it was basically 1.5 hours of Shakespeare in the morning, and then 5 minutes break, and then 1 hour singing lesson, 5 minutes break, 1.5 hours of ballet, and then your lunch break, and then you do the exact same thing in the afternoon. So it's basically just back-to-back different disciplines. So if you feel overwhelmed by loads of different audition material, and you feel like you're up for so many different things simultaneously, and you don't know how to handle it, maybe it helps you to actually write a timetable and just do another day of drama school, because you can do that, because you have done that. And you have done it day after day, week after week, year after year for at least 3 years, I presume. So maybe that makes you feel a bit more able to stay on top of it. And then obviously stick to that timetable. And we all always want to have versatility as actors. So maybe we could use different audition material, like we have had different material in all the different classes at drama school, to push our limits in all the different disciplines. Tip number 3, reward yourself after an audition. I've read an article about students that really struggle to motivate themselves to study. Statistics have shown that you're more successful if you acknowledge that what you do is demanding and exhausting and probably has to happen under a lot of pressure. You understand that, and then you reward yourself after you have done the task. So an easy thing, for example, would be you love pizza and you go to Francomanca every now and then. What if you only go to Francomanca after you've done an audition? So with that, you would immediately associate every audition, no matter how much pressure, no matter how much is at stake for you, you also associate it with going to Francomanca afterwards and treating yourself. And not only will you then know, no matter how this audition goes, I will have Francomancas afterwards, it will also help you with the letdown after all the adrenaline is gone. You can slowly and nicely calm down with a delicious sourdough pizza. Right, so number 4, the final tip, see an audition as a chance to perform. No one in this industry would be in this industry if they didn't like performing. Remember how you felt about performing when you were like 7 or 10 and you were just enjoying to share a bit of your craft, a bit of your personality, your character with people who are watching you. I know an audition environment is not a casual performance, but we don't want to be artists, I guess, for casual performances, right? If you book the job and you are in the show, the performance isn't really casual. People have paid money to come and see you. I think we also don't want a performance to be casual. I think we want the stakes to be heightened a bit because we want our performance to matter. And it's the same in audition. Our performance does matter. And especially over the past 1.5 years, the majority of that time, there was no chance to perform in front of people. And if today's audience is a panel, then I hope that they sit back and watch you and enjoy the show. It's not the same as an audience in theatre. They're still there because they want to see the actor perform, and they also want to see the actor perform well, which is the same with an audience. And I think I was told that at drama school quite a few times, everyone's just human being stuff, yada yada, but like, I think that's just very true. Like, you know, a person on a panel might have just like stepped in poo just before the audition. It's like, oh, does my foot smell? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're prepared, you've done your work, you got there on time, you've done all the adult stuff, and now let the child in you that decided that they wanted to be a performer when they're older, or an actor, or a singer, or a dancer, or all of that, like cats, let that little child in you enjoy the actual performance of your audition. Right guys, so this was 4 tips to help you start liking auditions, and if it doesn't make you start liking auditions, maybe it just helps you to stop despising them. I know every audition is so different and there's not one thing that works for everyone, and sometimes you're great and sometimes it's just a hot mess. But I do strongly believe that the way we approach things has a direct impact on the execution. So if any of those tips helps you feel a tiny bit more centered or focused or in the room or just confident, then I'm happy. So all the best for your auditions, and apart from that, keep it up, live it up, and remember that in 400 years no one's gonna give a what you did, so you might as well just have a nice life.